Yo, welcome back to another episode of On the Spot Sports. I'm Jack, and today's episode we are joined by a very special guest, Muskegon Voyagers forward Chris Hawkins. Hawk has spent the last 2 seasons with the Muskegon Voyagers in the Michigan Independence Hockey League, but before he spent time in the pros, he spent time in juniors and in the USPHL Premier with Detroit Fighting Irish, and before that, he spent time in high school hockey in Michigan. So. I'm really excited to get Hawk on, who's also known as Chris Flows on YouTube for those that don't know. But I'm excited and let's get this thing rolling. So welcome to the show, Chris Hawkins.
Yo, what's up, everybody? I'm glad to be on, Jack, man. It's freaking exciting. I remember talking about this podcast with you last year in the hotel, and I don't know, everything has kind of worked out for us to finally make it happen. So I'm excited.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time, and yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the Waterford. We're in Waterford that weekend when we were talking about it, and it's almost been a year later since that talk, and things finally worked out, and we're able to get you on. So I'm excited as well. But how are you?
Dude, I'm doing pretty good, man. I've been focusing on making content, like you said, Chris Flows. So I've been making content for that. Um, Other than that, man, I've just been trying to stay consistent with the grind for hockey, man. I'm working third shift, and I kind of took the summer off. I did not make the championship move of working out all summer. I took the summer off, and now we're back in season. And I'm finding myself on that third and fourth line, just barely making games. So I'm trying to get back to mid-season playoff shape.
Yeah, just like in like Mr. Game 5 OT winner in the finals to clinch the bill. So you
Billy,
got to get back to that. But like first we'll start with like your content because you obviously you're Chris Flows on YouTube. Like what like take us through like just the content you do. Like everyone should go check it out. So like I'll link it all in the bio and everything. But like the content that you do and like just like what made you start a channel.
I got you. I watched YouTube growing up like my whole life, so that's like the inspiration behind the whole channel. I always watched vloggers, prank channels, any sort of YouTube. I still watch YouTube to this day over Netflix, over other TV shows. So that's why it was like, all right, maybe I should do this myself. And it took a couple years to be consistent with it. Kind of takes a minute to get used to being on camera and um, you kind of realize when you jump into it that it takes a little bit more effort than what people think. Like you
Yeah.
got to post several times a day clips of your videos and interact with people that are commenting on the videos. And who knows how long a YouTube video is going to take to edit if you're doing long form like me, vlogs and stuff. But yeah, so my content is I start off with pranks. I still like to do pranks. I do pranks sometimes. Then I kind of switched over to doing interviews at the dirt track, and I caught some traction. That was this past summer. And then I was like, what am I gonna do this winter? I didn't have a filmer for hockey. And then halfway through the hockey season, my friends started kind of stepping up. My buddy Drake films all the games. He's the one that's been behind the camera, and yeah, now I've been making hockey content. It's been working out perfect. Now they can kind of see something that I enjoy doing and I grew up doing, playing hockey. And then in the summer, I'm going to try to jump right back on track with the momentum I gained with that dirt track stuff. And I'm going to upgrade the content I'm doing for it. So I'm really excited for what's coming next with the Chris Flow stuff, actually.
Yeah, and like you always see like the dirt track clips on your Instagram and seems to get like you said good traction. Like the questions are pretty unreal that you ask. Like it that so like no doubt that it's getting the attraction the traction that it should.
Dude, yeah. I mean, I gotta ask you though, Jack. I mean, are you a tits or an ass guy? We gotta know, man. The
Uh,
people want to know.
I'm an ass guy.
Ass guy. All right,
Yeah,
yeah. No. I mean, that's a solid answer. Like I say in most of the videos you see and people say ass. Again, that's
yeah.
everyone says that. 90%, 95% of men say that.
Yeah. There it's That
Even women.
that's something, right? So it's gotta, yeah, definitely all ass guy.
Yeah. Honky tonk a donkey donk. I see
Oh.
those cowboy hats you be wearing, you know.
Oh yeah, hey, you gotta put it on a show sometimes. So gotta get the cowboy music going and just go with the flow.
Hey, that's the motto around here. But
It
yeah,
is.
that's my content. That's what I do, and that's how I all got started.
Yeah, that's unreal. And like now you're doing like you said hockey. Like I know you tried last year and that one when my first game in back in Muskegon in Alpena, but that thing didn't
Oh
get
yeah,
posted. But
dude,
I'm
yeah,
glad to see that you're doing hockey content and it's going well too.
yeah. I mean, yeah. Literally, it's like the true crew. What do you call that? Template. The true
Yeah.
crew template. A little film beforehand, and then highlights of the game, and then that's the end of the video. So if you guys enjoy hockey and you guys want to see what the mill is like playing in the mill with a little commentary, go check out Chris Flows for real.
Yeah, we'll plug it for sure. Big time plug for Chris Flows, but like what how long does it usually take you? There you go, Muskegon Voyagers. How long does
Yeah.
it usually take you for like a hockey video? Like with that, like how long to edit?
A hockey video, the hockey videos are actually easier, man. I think it's a little bit to do with like I've played my whole life. I've kind
Yeah,
of watched it, so I kind of know what I'm going for. And but like, uh, let's see, with the Warhawk, I've done two hockey videos so far, Warhawks in the Shadow. And I'd say on average, it's taken me about 4 or 5 hours with each video. It's like I go through and I make the cuts to the video, and then I go back through and I add sound effects and captions where need be in the video. Um, and then I make like secondary cuts as well in that little time period. And yeah, it takes all about 4 or 5 hours to post it, and then anywhere from another 1 to 2 hours per week just posting the reels, like posting 3 times a day,
yeah,
along with all the like the stories and stuff. It's a grind if you really like are trying to make a career out of it. It can kind of consume your life. It's kind of scary.
yeah. Is that what you're trying to do? Is create like where it's like your kind of your job?
Oh yeah, for sure. At this point, I mean, there was definitely the first couple of years I did it, I was questioning if I really wanted to do it, but at this point, I'm kind of bought all in. I've invested in the career way too much not to give it my all and really go for it. And I feel like the past 2 or 3 years I haven't really gave it my all and went for it. I mean, I feel like this year I've been pretty good so far, but I want to give it at least a good 2 or 3 year run, like where I'm being consistent and pushing the memo of Chris Flows, you know?
Yeah. There you go. You just gotta put everything you have into it and it'll succeed and you'll get the traction like you said, especially when you're consistent and everything and now you're posting reels, stories, like the traction's there and it's just gonna grow. You're gonna grow and grow the brand from there.
Yeah. Just kind of like that, just kind of like your podcast, What is this? What episode is this, man? It's got to be like 400 something.
406 or something like that
Yeah. Holy smokes. Yeah. 406. How long ago did you start this thing?
since 2018. So it's been
2018.
what
Holy, almost 10 years.
yeah, like a
8 years.
7, 8 year swing so far.
Yeah. Holy smokes.
Hey, but it started out slow like your channel and then you start posting consistently and especially during like the COVID times, like that's when it really grew and over the last year it grew a lot too. So like just got to be consistent and just continue to grow it, continue to put the reels, the stories out there, and then the more exposure you get, the more people see it and the more people will follow you after that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, really, I believe in the consistency and everything. It's like the more digital footprint you lay out there, the more people are going to be like, well, who is this guy at the end of the day?
Yeah, and then your way to grow and people enjoy your content so they keep coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I want to jump into hockey now. Like your second year in Muskegon, like what was your first year in Muskegon like and just getting back to the grind of pro hockey?
Dude, first year in Muskegon was actually pretty insane, man. It was a grind. I mean, Danzy hit me up like it had to been like a month into the season, maybe a little less. They needed an extra guy up in Alpena. I went up there. Um, all the heavy breathing you guys hear in the Warhawks video, imagine that times like three or four for that game. And I mean, I went up there. They had this big 260 pound, 300 pound, looked like a linebacker, not a linebacker, a lineman. Looks like a lineman. I'm like, all right, I guess this is the league. Like, I'm here now. So I played the whole game. Freaking I didn't really do that well. I mean, I don't know what dance he saw, but he ended up saying I could stick around, and freaking I just took it a little bit more seriously. Kind of fell back in love with the game after taking a couple years off, and now we're here, season two. Freaking cutting back down weight again in that same spot, and hoping I'm not in that same spot next year. So, but history, it can repeat itself. So we're gonna try not to do that though. We're gonna try not to. Never know. Taco Bell always sounds pretty good at the end of the day.
Yeah, especially like 3 in the morning, Taco Bell sounds pretty good at that time.
Oh, dude, for sure.
Yeah, but like what do you have to learn to be consistent throughout your first year in Muskegon when like you did first come in the league and then you obviously stuck around and you end up being a big part of winning the championship.
I really it was just like drawing back to my roots. Of playing, high level travel growing up, and then like I said, I was falling back in love with the game, so it was easy for me to show up to the practices, and I was working at Wesco at the time, so there wasn't really it was Wesco is a local gas station for anybody that doesn't know what Wesco is on the pod. Um, but it was easy for me to show up, make the practices, make the games. I had to miss a couple just because I was working at a gas station and I lived by myself, so it's had to pay the bills, man. But um, I would say the biggest thing for me, like, there wasn't really a learning curve. It was more of a what do you call that? Oh, just a grind. It was just a
Yeah.
grind to get back. Honestly, I don't know I can't think of the word I'm looking for right now, honestly. But um, like I said, just drawing back to the roots of like growing up, everything that my coaches taught me, working on edges, being really self-critical of like everything that I'm doing, just because I know how good of a player I can be.
Yeah. Yeah, you just got to go back to what made you fall in love with the game at first and then just like you said, like learn and bring everything together that you've learned throughout the years of you playing hockey and you ended up scoring the OT winner in game 5 of the championship to bring Bill
Mhm.
back to Muskegon. So like what was that game
Billy,
what was that game like and just putting the puck in the back of the net for an OT?
to that game. I really don't remember much of it. I know it was a battle. It was just back and forth. I remember that series just was it was tough. It was Waterford and us were an even match team last year, really. It was, you know, I, it was always a fun match when we played them, and that whole playoff series was a battle, just competitive. We get into overtime, and I think at that point, I was a third line, fourth line player last year too, but so I'm pretty sure we had been sitting for a minute. There was like a power play or penalty kill or a couple back to back. Finally, Danzy throws us out there. Um, Joycey looks at me and he's like, "Hey, go get one." And I was like, "All right, I'm gonna go get one. Like, let's go do this." Um, Lakeshore is my home rink. I grew up there. I played there my whole life, so I'm looking around, looking at the banners, like, all right, like big players make big plays in
Yeah.
big games to, win. And um, I just ended up driving the net. A lucky rebound, man. Literally a lucky rebound. Smacked at it. Watch it go back in the back of the net, and you can see in the clip I was as surprised as everyone else. Freaking Bauman, freaking or Bowman or whatever, freaking cross checks me in the back right after. Just the celebration. I mean, it was the sickest probably week, couple months of my life until we got the rings, and then that was another sick couple months, and now we're back trying to get one for the thumb.
Yeah, one for the thumb. Yeah, like
Some of
that.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I was watching just watching that game and the puck literally pretty much went on your tape and all you had to do is just tap it in and find and get that rebound and the rest is history.
Yeah, I mean Gibson was pretty out of position by that point in the play. I mean, whatever. I mean, when they threw it to the high guy, I think it was. I don't remember who it was. I think it was Grover. Uh, I'm pretty sure that shot the puck or Belly, one of the two. But whatever happened from that, Gibby did it up way outside of the net. It was just a wide open goal.
Yeah. Easy tap in for you for the GWG. Mr. Game 5.
Yeah, freaking, legends never die, and that's how you become a legend right there, just
Yeah.
sitting in front of the net.
Yeah, exactly. Muskegon Voyagers legend right there. But and then you get the championship rings and like what was like in getting that ring?
It was surreal. I've never gotten a championship
Yeah.
ring, so to finally get one, it was sick. Put it on your finger and wear it around. And, I got this series I want to do where I wear it to into stores and I ask them for a championship discount and I try to see how many discounts I can get with it. So keep on lookout for that. That'll be a fun one.
Didn't you do one and you did get a championship discount?
I did one already. I didn't get a championship discount, but they knew the owner of the Voyagers, Jay. You got yours up there?
Yeah, here it is.
Oh, you got a case for it already?
Yes, sir.
Oh, dude, I wear mine around sometimes. I wore it for New Year's.
Yeah, there you go.
Dude, yeah, some of the guys are gonna get it for their thumb apparently. I don't know if they really are or not. But I'm gonna get the next ring I get, it's gonna go on the pinky.
On the
It's gonna
pinky.
be a pinky ring. Yeah.
Yeah, you just gotta hopefully this year. Yeah, exactly. You just gotta go for the pinky and get another ring. Maybe you'll be Mr. Game 5 again.
Oh, dude, no, I don't want to go to game 5 again. I want to fucking
Game
get
3.
that shit over with. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Game 3, I'm fine with that. Not Mr. Game 5.
Yeah. Well, it's always good to get that ring and get the GWG for a championship. But then, like you said, like this year has been quite the quite the story where you're on third, fourth line again and you're working your way in the lineup. So like what has this year been like for you and for the team personally?
Uh, for me, it's just been back to the basics once again. Just like lots of realizations of just it's time to make working out a consistent part of my life and actually nugs
There
up
it
to
is.
that. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, for the team standpoint, I think um the first half of the season was a little rocky for us, honestly, but this second half we've been kicking some R's, and I'm hoping we just stay on the roll that we're on right now. Honestly, the team's starting to finally come together and build some momentum, so I think we're finally starting to believe that we can win again, and I'm playing some real Voyager hockey. Kind of in the beginning, in the first half of the season, there are some times where I questioned if we were playing Voyager hockey, but I think the boys are finally starting to mesh a little bit.
Yeah, that's good. That's good to see and hear. And like, what is Voyagers hockey for those that don't know? Obviously, we both know, but like for those that don't,
Oh yeah, just pressure, hard, rough cut hockey. Really taking the action to them. All gas, no brakes, early and often. Fucking them running. All of that.
yeah,
So yeah, that's Voyager hockey. For anyone that wants to know, that was a pretty clean cut, direct answer on that.
yeah, love that. Just go for the net, score goals, play defense, make saves. It's what
Yeah,
it is at the end of the day.
run through brick walls. You know, that's really what Voyager takes. It takes a village, man. So
Does.
one guy's down, you pick him up and you run through a brick wall. You know,
Yeah, from
feel like
everyone from top to bottom, same pedestal. You're on the same team, and everyone's gonna pick you up no matter what number you are on the team.
oh yeah, yeah. So that's Voyager hockey for everyone out there.
Yeah,
Take some notes. Maybe you should add to your program.
exactly. But like you spent 2 years in Muskegon so far, but before that, you spent time in high school hockey and junior hockey in Michigan with the Detroit Fighting Irish. Like, what was your junior hockey experience like in playing the USP?
Oh man, junior hockey was a gong show, honestly. I mean, I played in the USPHL, pay to play juniors. Um, I don't know. It was just like you walk into the locker room, I didn't play on like I would say it wasn't a top tier organization with inside the USPHL. It was a decent organization, but I mean, compared to some of the organizations, wasn't clean cut. So just a mixed fruit basket of kids, and um, I kind of stopped taking it seriously at that point too. You know, just kind of was I was paying to play myself, so I was just there having fun with the rest of the boys. You know, I didn't really know what I was into with hockey next, so ended up getting in a car accident over there uh, on the way home from work. And then I kind of got this Gordon Bombay mindset about hockey of like, man, I was just playing hockey, paying to play, grinding work, and now I just freaking broke my femur and ruptured my colon. So, anyways, took a couple years off, realized I was wrong about that, and I actually probably do like hockey. Um, kind of just like Gordon Bombay, and now we're here. So that was my experience in juniors. Freaking kind of wish I would have just went to like D2 or D3 college right after high school, you know.
Yeah,
Honestly, rather than go to that team in the USPHL, you know.
yeah, and just well, like you live and you learn, and I mean it was still a
Oh, dude.
experience to experience for hockey.
Oh yeah, I had a fun ass time over there. I'm not hating on the time I had, but I'm being honest about my reflections of, my career so far.
Yeah, hey, honesty is the best choice to, and it helps you learn a lot too. It's like I'm sure there's a lot of good times, like you said, and like what were some of like your favorite moments that like you could share on from junior hockey?
Mm, just living. We had a house with five of the teammates down there, so just living with the guys and just having that just frat guy type energy with inside the house. I kind of ruined that a little bit. I had a girlfriend at the time that I moved into the house, but we live and we learn. We
Yeah,
live and we learn. But another good time is first time puking ever on ice. I freaking just they were we got bag skated at one of these practices, man. Just Herbie, just blue line, red line, red line, red line, And it was my first time. I mean, I've gotten bag skated pretty bad before, but this time, I'd started drinking. I was living on my own, so it really caught up with me. And yeah, that was not maybe a good time, but one of the funny moments that happened over there.
the Herb Brooks bag skate.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think I did yell. I did my name and who I played for after I puked too, and they stopped. So
yeah, it was they realized that once you did that, you're everyone's got to be done, and they don't want to clean that up anymore.
yeah,
Yeah. But you also spent time playing AAA hockey with Meyer throughout your youth career. So like what made you fall in love with the game and just going through the Meyer organization and really growing there, growing your love for the game.
yeah. Honestly, I don't know. I just had a appetite for competition when I was younger, so I just wanted to be the best
And he
player on the
still
ice.
does.
And yeah, yeah, for sure. I really do, honestly. And but I just want to be the best player on the ice, so I started with 3-on-3 hockey in the USA and like learned to skate when I was younger, and then kind of upgraded from that to Squirt House, and then did Pee Wee travel A and Double A, and finally made minor Triple A. Um, but yeah, just really my appetite for competition was probably the main drive for like actually getting to that high level of play. And I mean, it was fun. I mean, my coach was Mark Buffet, and he's a former Olympian and NHL player. So I mean, not a lot of people can say that about coaches they've had in their life. So I mean, I had a good time. Like it led me into a lot of friendships that I still have to this day. Still talk to people throughout Michigan and the country that I met playing at that travel and high level. And I mean, if I would recommend anyone if they love a sport to go as far as they can with it. That's what I would recommend, or anything honestly for that part, for that matter. Anything that they actually genuinely love, try to take that as far as they can.
Yeah, I love that answer. And like you said, like if you really love it, something like go all in for it and just go take as far as you can because you can't do that forever. It's like once you're young and still can do it, like you might as well try for whatever you can.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm 24. I'm just now starting to feel aches and pains the day of. Like used to be like the day after I'd feel a little sore. After that,
Yeah.
heal up. But now it's a little couple day process. Got to take care of the body a little bit better.
Yeah, newly turned 24 too. Yesterday was your birthday, so happy belated birthday.
Oh yeah, Haps in the chat.
Yeah,
Drop it in the
Habs in
chat
the chat. This guy's becoming a grandpa soon.
for sure. I'm definitely in my uncle era.
Yeah, there you go. Onk Air. There you go.
Yeah, I'm a T. All my Swifties out there know what I mean. I'm in my uncle era.
There you go. Hey, what a time to be living in. But like what have you noticed from like your development standpoint from going from youth to juniors to the pro ranks now?
I don't know. I feel like when you're playing youth hockey, I feel like you might just not be aware of like where you're actually lacking in your game,
Yeah.
and you might not accept where you're lacking in your game. So I'd say as I grow up and pay attention to myself a little bit more and understand myself a little bit more, I try to work on things that I actually need work on, and accept the things that I'm bad at. So that that would be like one of the main things that
Yeah.
I've learned. What was the question again? I
Like
kind of
where like your
ran off
development,
topic
like
there.
your like what was your development like throughout like junior hockey going into the pros, like where you were to where you're at now?
Okay, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I would say, okay, yeah, that decent answer on the first part of that, but I'd say like development wise, like from youth to juniors to pro. I mean, from youth to juniors, it was kind of like your normal developmental pathway, like I was explaining earlier.
Yeah.
Just like went through the ranks, worked hard, um, did hockey camps in the summer to get better. Really dug into my parents' pockets as much as I could to try to get them to pay for those camps. Man, I appreciate them for it.
Yeah.
But whatchamacallit, then I went to juniors and got in that car accident, so I mean, after the car accident, I kind of just took life less serious, I just kind of enjoyed it a little bit more. So, I mean, I wasn't working out too much. I mean, tried to stay in shape for the ladies, but other
Had
than
to.
that, yeah, other than that, I was just partying, having a good time, living my life. So, um, when Danzig called me back, I was out of shape. I hadn't really been in the game really at all. I'd only been on the ice 2 or 3 times, maybe within that whole like 2 or 3 year period of not playing. So, um, the developmental process from juniors to pros is a little different because I just started like felt like a fresh start almost again. It was kind of like jumping back on your bike and riding it again, but
Yeah.
you kind of got to fine tune all your tricks again. So that's what it's been like for the pro developmental process. It's like I understand how to get better. I know drills to get better. It's just kind of fine tuning those tricks and taking it serious. Well, trying to pay to live nowadays. Like that's the other whole side of things now is that you don't get paid in the mill. A lot of people don't get paid to play hockey, but they love the game. So fitting it into actually having a real job and stuff too.
Yeah, you just gotta fine tune those details and really get to the nitty gritty of you developing, turning your weaknesses into strengths, and just little by little, just chip away and fall in love with the process and the grind. And it's a good day to go to work whenever you have the mindset like that.
Oh yeah, yeah. When you step on the ice and your mind goes blank, I mean it's pretty easy to want to go out there and have a good time.
Yeah,
Work hard while you're at it.
yeah, exactly. Always got to work hard and just just continue to grind because once you go to practice, step on the ice, like you have a option to get better, and if you're doing that and enjoying the process and doing something to get better, like that's a win in my book.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And honestly, like even if getting better that day, I mean, you even see NHLers all the time just working on wall rims and
Yeah,
just small things like that. It doesn't have to be down and backs and edge work every time. Sometimes it's just the small little details.
yeah. It's crazy to see like the small details, especially like when you get to higher levels and see practices in the NHL and stuff like that. Like it's like you said, it's literally the simplest things like rims, just like your punch stops, like just like stuff like that, and you're able to just continue to develop those small details, small tricks, and continue to get the most out of your training.
That I mean, what's it like as a goalie? Like, uh, just from like a pro standpoint, from just like a youth standpoint rather than like your whole process? Like, what's the difference between your training process and from your youth to now?
Like my process with goaltending and everything like that, and just getting to the small details is really dialing in my tracking. Like, doesn't have to be simple. Like, just put pucks to the hash marks and watch the pucks all the way in my glove, all the way off to my blocker, into my chest, and really reinforce like my eyes being the leader of everything I do to watching that puck come off the blade into my glove and off my blocker into my chest, and then just like getting with like the small details of just not moving, not overcommitting the shots, just small shuffles to keep up with the player's stick with the puck, just be able to be in line with the puck when the shots come, be squared, and then just like skating and edge work, like that's a staple in my everyday practice is 5-10 minutes at the start of practice or at the end of practice, just do a couple skating drills like in the crease and then do like edge work and just work on like my inside, my outside edges. And then like with like my development from like youth hockey to like my story's different because it's like I was a forward from 3 until I was 18 in high school. It's like I was a forward. So like I trained like with like the players and everything from when I first started when I played high school. So like just focusing on like shooting and like how to get my shot to be better, how to get my speed to be better, and then made
Were
that
you a
jump.
pretty good player?
Oh
Were
yeah,
you
buddy. I was putting the puck in the back of the net, that's for sure.
okay? Yeah, they don't ask how, they ask how many, man.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I'm
Um,
not. I believe it.
yeah, I was definitely putting the puck in the back of the net, making a couple assists, make a couple playmaking abilities too. Like even in men's league right now in the summer, like I'll go out, skate forward, and like I'll put pucks between guys' legs just on the tape of the guy back door for an easy tap in. Like or just rip one
Holy
between
smokes!
the glove and the ear of the goalie. Like I know how to score still. Don't worry.
Yeah. Okay. Don't
Yeah,
give away all your secrets,
yeah.
man.
Eh, no one can keep up, so I'm not worried
Yeah.
about that. But yeah, like then. Then like first started goalie at like taking goalie seriously at like 18 after I tried on like my buddy's gear and fell in love with stopping pucks. And like the first like 2 years, like I was just learning to be goalie by myself, like off YouTube and stuff like that. So just going out there having fun, playing beer league, and
Holy
then
smokes. Wait, hold up. Are you
yeah,
saying that you learned from off of YouTube?
yeah, uh-huh.
Did you ever have you ever used a flying poach check or watched how to do that?
I
The
know how to
fly,
do that. I know how to do that.
you know
It's
about the
not
Pavlo Barber flying poach check?
yeah, it's not part of my
Okay.
game, but I can definitely it's in the toolbox if I need it.
I'm telling you, dude, Dominic Hasek, he was the creator of that, but
Oh yeah, the Dominator.
yeah, the Dominator.
Yeah, but then after like when I was like third year in a goalie, like I got my goalie coach that I work with now, and like I started skating with like ECHL, American League guys, SP Fed guys over the summer. So that was just about like dialing in like my foundation and just the basics of being a goalie, like getting the edge work, the skating in of a goalie, and really like getting my technique down. And then ever since like that was from like year 3 to 4, and then from like year 5 was when I got into the Fed my first time in 23-24 season. Yeah, the 23-24 season when I was in Watertown. So that was just about learning the pro game and just learning like what we've been talking about with the small details and just how that drives the boat basically. Like it's all about the small details, finding that technique and just really dialing in on that technique and doing the simplest things, just reinforce the basics and the foundation and yeah, like that's really where all the developments did state came from and how like I've developed as a goalie since then and I'm in year 7 as a goalie now and I'd say it's a pretty good career I've made so far out of playing goalie for 7 years.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Your career has been pretty good for only playing for 7 years. I never really got the chance to sit down and talk to you and know that you were a player for, the majority of your playing time. So that's cool, We got to
Yeah.
play in the Feds, as a goalie for only playing 7 years. I mean, I think that's a flex, dude. I
Yeah.
mean,
Imagine what I could be doing if I started playing goalie earlier when everyone else started playing.
for real. Imagine if you realized you were a weirdo earlier, but
Yeah.
you know,
It's all a process. It all
yeah,
comes eventually and came a little late, but hey, we're still making a good career out of it. Goalie of the year in the mill, helped win a championship in Muskegon. Had a good year in Muskegon the last 2 years that I was there. Uh, Went into the Fed, signed a pro contract in the Fed, e-bugged, emergency backed up in the SP, practice goalie in the American League now. Like
holy smokes.
I've made a pretty good career so far, and it's only getting started too. Like I'm not even close to being done.
Yeah, I really think that's a good example of what I was saying earlier too. It's just like find something you love and figure out how to do it as much as you can.
Yeah,
And you really take that to heart and freaking do that. It's kind of cool.
yeah,
Just like
it's definitely
seeing it. Because,
cool to see that.
sorry, I keep looking down because I'm trying to buy this Bauer Pulse. This
Oh,
guy's got it on marketplace for $200, which is a steal because a Pulse is four hundred and
yeah,
eleven
yeah,
dollars
yeah, it's
or four
crazy.
hundred and $9 with tax out the door. I bought it one this year,
Yeah,
so I want to complete the set. Like
yeah,
just have
and
two of them.
$200 like that's a good deal.
That
But yeah, that was my development path from forward to being a goalie and making a career out of it so far. And like it was good to hear your story too about that about developing as a forward, developing as a player from your standpoint, and then taking a couple years off and getting back in the pro grind and get score that game 5 winner, and you have a championship
yeah,
under your belt now. So it's a
GWG,
good for the both of us. Good for the GWG, Mr.
discount
Game
double
5
check.
himself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like it. I'm feeling sexy today, man. I'm about to go wreck these guys at noon drop and
there you go.
go give them a workout. You
Hey,
know.
there you go. But I just want to say thank you again for coming on the show, and I appreciate your time, and I want to wish you the best of luck with the rest of the year, and go get for one for the thumb.
Oh yeah, for sure. Thanks, man. I appreciate you having me on, and I'll definitely be sharing this with everyone I can. Um, like I said, I'm gonna put one in the thumb this year. That's not a doubt. We're coming. But anyways, I'll see you in the next episode, maybe.